sides look like they could be in need of a breather. It seems to stay in play forever, the ball.
Yeah, it does, and you're just watching that incident where Napoli have had a bit of a break, lots of possession, but when it's gone into that final zone of trying to make that inch-perfect pass, it just hasn't happened, and then Griezmann goes the other way and does identical. So he's just missing that little bit of spark going forward and that correct pass and that bit of movement, but the balls that have been played forward have just not been good enough so far.
Napoli getting on with the free kick quickly. Great crossfield pass to Khula. First touch has to be perfect. Not a good ball from Fabian that time. Giving it straight back to Barcelona. It's like watching a game of Masters chess, this.
Because he's just waiting for that right move to come around and then actually executing it. That's been the problem.
Nelson Semedo, the former Benfica player. Jordi Alba. Run forward by Alenia, leaving it for Griezmann. Suarez with the layoff. De Jong, though, the pass was a little bit short, and Alan was in quickly to win it back for Napoli. Through ball, couldn't find his way past Jordi Alba. Maybe a chance for Napoli here. The shot, though, a little bit tame that time.
It was unlucky. Verdi just coming in on the right, just making that little bit of movement, trying to create some space. Mertens, you just see come across the picture, and it opens up a little bit, but the shot very woeful.
De Jong hasn't had it all his own way. The last 10 minutes, he's rather drifted out of the game. Well, sometimes happens, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and you look at the two CDMs, if you like, who are sitting and doing the work that they should be doing, and now Alan's having that little bit more of the ball, dictating play a little bit more, whereas early on in the game we did see De Jong having plenty of the ball. I think that's just the fact that you look at how high up Napoli are making it hard and not allowing him to get on the ball as much.
Jordi Alba up the line to Griezmann, went down rather easily. Referee said play on. Good decision. Claiming that he was caught somewhere around his neck, but it didn't look like there was much contact.
I think he was expecting it more than anything.
So 40 minutes gone, 5 minutes to the break. So far, neither goalkeeper has had too much to do.
There's the incident here, just touches it by. I mean, there's not really any form of contact, is there?
If anything, you might have caught him in the chest, but it certainly wasn't.
He's just
near
protecting.
the face.
He's just protecting that he's not going to get by him. Just sheer man strength.
De Jong. Pass just intercepted that time by Fabian. Took enough pace off it so that they couldn't get through to Suarez. Challenges coming in so quickly in that midfield sector. And now Dembele with a chance to come inside. Dembele forcing a great save from Merit. Nearest we've come to a goal. Ousmane Dembele, 4 minutes to the interval.
I'll tell you what, there's a bit of a spice in this game, isn't there? Just previous to that, the few little niggly challenges, but Dembele's in. I find it hard to deal with when he cuts inside on that left foot. Tries to stick it in that far corner, not enough pace and venom on the shot.
And now a problem for Alenia, one of the younger players in this Barcelona squad, 21 years old. Just promoted from the underage setup in Barcelona to the senior squad. But one wonders whether he will make it into the final cut when the real competitive games start next week.
Well, that's the question that's going to be on everyone's lips. I mean, for me, he's really stood out. He really has. I mean, the thing is, we're looking at the so-called bigger players in the Griezmanns, and we're talking about De Jong, but Alenya's been very good in this first half. The little bits and bobs he's done. I mean, that one, for instance, getting that ball out wide. You know, he's done a lot of that good interchange I've seen out on the left with Griezmann. Sometimes one of them unsung heroes, if you like. But when you've got so many big names in the team, everyone just looks and expects that to happen from the so-called big players.
There was confirmation graphically of the score after the first leg. 2-1 to Barcelona. Back on the pitch after getting a little bit of treatment off the field of play. Usai. Given away rather cheaply. Real chance here for Barcelona. Suarez to Dembele. And Suarez. And the save from Merritt puts it behind for the first corner of the night for Barcelona.
And you look at Suarez here, this is typical Suarez, world class. Plays the ball out and doesn't just stand still and admire the pass, he wants it back. And he gets it back from Dembele and gets a first time strike off. Merritt has to be on his guard in the goal.
Slightly better chances have fallen Barcelona's way. Can they find a lead before the interval? Suarez again. Shot from long range, lacked a bit of venom, and Merritt probably would have saved it had it been inside the post.
Yeah, you'd have expected him to. I mean, he did come through a crowd of players, but there was not much power. I mean, it wasn't anywhere on target, for instance, anyway. But
big pressure here on Napoli. Of course, the new rules about goal kicks, you can pass the ball inside the penalty area, but none of the opposition players can enter the penalty area until after the ball is in motion. So you will have situations this season where short passes will be played inside the box and a lot of pressure will be applied.
I think we'll see a lot more goals coming from mistakes, from teams trying to play out that way, for sure. As you can see, they're almost in their own 18-yard box from the goal kick. So many times teams do want to play out, that's the way everyone wants to play, but you've got to have the quality, and believe me, you've really got to have the positivity of going and getting that ball and dictating and picking the right pass.
Yes, that certainly has a material change on the way the game is played, that new law. And another one to look out for is the law about walls at free kick time, where players in the attacking team can't be within a metre of a wall.
You know, I've seen a few of them earlier on this afternoon, and I don't know if it makes it harder for the goalkeeper's vision at times, as we'll soon see as the season goes by.
Hulam's cross, he'll get a corner for that off Nelson Semedo, so Napoli finishing this half.
A little bit of spark going forward and that correct pass and that bit of movement, but the balls that have been played forward have just not been good enough so far.
Napoli getting on with the free kick quickly.
A little bit of spark going forward and that correct pass and that bit of movement, but the ball